I let it go all the way, push it to the limit. As you can see in here, the battery went down to 4% before it gave me the sign to say please charge your phone. By then I had a total usage of 6 hours and 46 minutes, and my screen on time had gone up to 5 hours and 11 minutes. Now this is something which you probably won't see much, because most people who have reviewed the S6 Edge or the S6 on YouTube or online, they've mostly been talking about 3G and 4G usage. So if you're going to be using 3G 4G, your battery will obviously not perform as good as you can see in here. But if you use it on Wi-Fi, then be rest assured that you are definitely looking at around 4.5 to 5 hours of screen on time on the Galaxy S6 Edge. By the way, the S6 Edge has a 2600 mAh battery, which is 50 mAh more than the S6, but it hardly makes a difference because they're pretty much, to me as far as I'm concerned, the same anyway. Okay, so the next day I kept on going on further down to 1%, just about before the battery was about to die, and my total screen on time after using the phone for 6 hours and 55 minutes. This is the total heavy time that I got out of the phone. I was with the phone playing non-stop, as you can see on the graph as well, and after using it for almost 7 hours, I got a total of screen on time of 5 hours and 21 minutes. So that's pretty good going for a phone which has a Quad HD screen along with only a 2600 mAh battery, which is even 200 mAh less than last year's flagship, the Galaxy S5. So keeping that in mind, a small battery, a very powerful screen, I think Samsung has done a very good job as far as the Wi-Fi performance is concerned. And all this time, as you can see, the Bluetooth was on as well. So I had my Moto 360, my Android smartwatch. It was also connected to my Samsung Galaxy S6 all these 2 weeks. So the phone was actually being used heavily, and the smartwatch was connected, Wi-Fi was on, and I was constantly browsing the internet, checking my emails, tweeting different tweets, and writing bits and bobs, the normal stuff, Facebook, this, I was doing everything. And after using it aggressively, as you can see, it gave me a screen on time of 5 hours and 21 minutes. Okay, further down again, I charged the phone fully again, and I think from here I can see I didn't use it much. It was left idle, and this was without any power save mode. So what I was that I charged it fully, I charged the battery full 100%, and I left it on before I went to bed. And after approximately 10 hours, as you can see, it lost almost 4%. In fact, 8 hours and 4 minutes time on. That was the total time that was left after charging the phone. So I got the battery went down to 4%. So if you don't turn the power saver mode on or the ultra power saver mode on, the battery will just be picked up. But then again, 8 to 9 hours, and you have only 4% battery down from 100%. I think it's still above average and not too bad. So the standby times are pretty decent. Okay. Whilst I was doing this, I also found out that in Play Store, on my apps, you will find the Samsung push service. If you install this, this will also improve the performance and the battery of your phone. I actually read it somewhere on one of the forums, and somebody mentioned it, and I quickly went there, updated it, and it did make a difference. So if you see that Samsung push service in your Galaxy S6 or the S6 Edge, please make sure you update it, and this will definitely improve the overall performance of your phone. Okay, so after doing you can only update it because it's an inbuilt thing, and you can't uninstall it. So once you've done it, it will go somewhere in the back end of the code, and it will make sure that your phone is actually working perfectly fine. And it says this patch applies for reduced data usage and power consumption. So, and I'm sure Samsung must have done some sort of power changes at the back end, so that people were getting better battery life than before. I did find a bit of change in performance. It was much better, much smoother, and the battery life did improve a bit as well, if not much. Okay, so again, the next day I charged the phone fully once more, and I let it down. I let it go down to 50%, and after using about 10 hours and 53 minutes, I got a total screen on time of yet again 2 hours and 34 minutes. Now, from this you can guess if I was able to get about 2.5 hours of screen on time at 50%, so the next 50% would have also given me another 2.5 hours, which again means 5 hours. So after seeing a few screenshots, you can have a rough estimate guess already. If you keep the screen around say 50 to 60% brightness, and if you're on your Wi-Fi only, not 3G or 4G, then this phone is well capable of giving you 5 hours of screen on time. And once it goes below 10%, you can even go further beyond 5 hours screen on time as well. So on Wi-Fi, the performance of the phone is really good. It's well capable of giving you over 5 hours screen on time as long as you're on Wi-Fi. Again, as you can see, 50%, 3 hours again, not bad at all. 50% again, 3 hours and 47 minutes, and I was able to get, I think I probably missed this one, or maybe this one was related to that one again. Yeah, 50% and 3 hours of screen on time. So in extreme cases, if you're not tapping too much, if you're not WhatsApping too much, if you're not typing too much, you're just browsing only, giving a few taps every time you read an article on a Chrome browser or on an app, that will even consume the battery even far less. So it's also capable of giving you 3 hours on 50%, which is again not too bad. And keeping in mind that my Moto 360, like I keep on mentioning, was connected to the phone most of the time, if not all the time. So the phone was pretty much active all day long. Okay, further down again, 3 hours and 47 minutes, 50%, and that was linked to the previous one, so this here again, 4 hours and 50 minutes, 34% the battery went down to, and yet again we have almost 4 hours of screen on time, which is again very good. So as you can see from a few screenshots from Wi-Fi already, that the battery doesn't deplete as fast as it would from 3G or 4G, which I will show you later in the video as we go along. So but be rest assured that as long as you're on your Wi-Fi, and you have the brightness on, say 50 to 60%, the phone is well capable of giving you over 4 to 5 hours of screen on time. Okay, this was the comparison. As you can see, the rating of GSM Arena, the side and GSC 1 and 9, unfortunately this is one for most of us, and we have not been able to put a good battery life despite of having a better battery. We have not been able to provide better battery in the S6 Edge. I think kudos to Samsung for doing a very good job on battery. Okay, here again I let the phone went down all the way to 10%, and after 14 hours and 5 minutes I was able to get 5 hours and 10 minutes of screen on time. Yet again, the phone proves that if you stay on Wi-Fi and if you keep the brightness on, say 50 to 60%, the chances are that you will get 5 hours easily and a few minutes even more on top. Again, it went down to, I think the previous one was 10%. Yeah, this was a different one. I was using the phone again aggressively for 4 hours and 28 minutes. As you can see, there was this airplane mode on top. Now this was I was in an area where the signals were weak, so I every time I'm in an area where there is no signal or signal is weak, I tend to leave on airplane mode. Those of you who don't know, if you leave your phone in an area of weak signal where it's constantly struggling to pick the signal up, it will drain the battery more down. Reasons I can probably explain it later. If you don't know, please ask me in the comment section and I will tell you why did I put it on airplane mode and how does the phone drain more if it's in a weak area signal. Okay, out of 4 hours and 28 minutes I was able to get 2 hours and 6 minutes. I think here, if I remember correctly, because of the drain, I put the airplane mode on quite late. And also I did use it for 3G and a bit of 4G as well, I think, and the screen on time was 2 hours and 6 minutes after 39% of battery left. I was using, as you can see, WhatsApp. I took a few screenshots, I've done a bit of browsing as well, and a bit of commuting to work, and I think on my way to work I had 4G on, so that's why the screen on time has gone considerably down. I kept on using the phone further, and the Wi-Fi was on its time. After 5 hours and 21 minutes I was able to get 2 hours and 52 minutes. Like I said, if you're not going to switch the airplane mode on, the battery will deplete quicker, and this is not the S6 Edge, this is with any phone. If your phone is in a weak signal area or there are no signals, make sure you turn the airplane mode on, otherwise the phone tries to communicate with the tower constantly and it puts strain on the battery, and the battery will eventually deplete at a quicker rate. Okay, then again here I was using 4G and it went down to 37%, and after 6 hours and 32 minutes the screen on time was 2 hours and 1 minute. As you can see already, there is a considerable difference when you use 4G and when you use Wi-Fi. If I had the Wi-Fi as you see from my previous screenshots, at around 37% I should have had well over 3 to 3.5 hours of screen on time, whereas on 4G the screen on time has considerably reduced to 2 hours and 1 minute. So this is something which I don't like, and I think a lot of you are going to be put off that as well. So if you're going to be using the phone for 4G, you're going to be out and about using a lot of 4G, then you're not going to get the kind of screen time that you just saw on Wi-Fi, that is around 4.5 to 5 or maybe more. With 3G and 4G you're looking at around maybe 3 hours or 3.5 hours, if you're lucky, probably maybe 4 hours, but not more than that. Again, 4G 33%, 2 hours and 14 minutes again time on. Go further down, it was 84%. I think I was on Wi-Fi here. After 1 hour and 20 minutes, I was able to get 1 hour and 3 minutes here. The reason I'm taking this screenshot is because just to give you a quick overview, whilst I was on 4G for 2 days, it was giving me around 2.5 hours of screen on time with 33% battery life. But I decided to switch on the Wi-Fi one day, and I thought I'll give you guys a quick see what the difference is. And you can see with 16% of battery life lost and the battery down to 84%, in 1 hour and 28 minutes of usage with a screen around 50 to 60%, the screen on time was 1 hour and 3 minutes. Now at this rate, if I would have gone any further, I would have given you same as I shown you before, which was 5 hours and maybe more, few minutes. So as you can see from here very clearly, that if you use on Wi-Fi, you're gonna get good screen on time. If you use it on 3G, like here you can see HDPA plus or 4G, it will not give you as much. Here again you can see I was on 3G and 4G, and after using the phone for 6 hours and 15 minutes, and the screen on time was 2 hours and 7 minutes. So not too good, I would say, but just above the average. There are phones worse than that. For example, the LG G3, it gives even worse timing when it comes to 3G and 4G. Here again, 85%, 1 hour and 40 minutes, and I was able to get 53 minutes of screen on time. Again, Wi-Fi performance is considerably more than the 3G performance. Again here, 2 hours and 12 minutes on Wi-Fi, and I was able to get 1 hour and 5 minutes, which is not too bad again. Let's keep on going further down. 67%, there was no signal, no 3G, no Wi-Fi. So after 3 hours and 25 minutes, the total screen on time was around 1 hour and 32 minutes. Here I was watching a video which I had downloaded from one of my apps, and I was watching that video, and even the video timing is not bad on the battery as well. It's pretty decent, not too bad actually, but it's just the 3G and the 4G where the phone takes the most hit and the battery goes down really quickly. Here again, 15% 4G, and the phone was also connected to my Moto 360 smartwatch, and after using it for 8 hours and 14 minutes, I was only able to get 3 hours and 18 minutes. And like I said, on 3G and 4G you're not going to get much. You're looking at around 3 to 3.5 hours of screen on time before the battery dies. So the difference between Wi-Fi and 4G is considerable. You're using almost 1.5 hours of screen on time if you go on 4G. I'm sure in future updates Samsung will probably improve this, because this is too much of a difference. It shouldn't be more than 45 minutes or maybe an hour max, or not this much. But still, if you use the phone moderately, your screen on time is around 3 hours. The chances are that it will last you a day. But if you start using WhatsApp, Facebook, checking emails non-stop, you've got your watch connected, listening to music, browsing internet, the chances are around mid-afternoon you have to probably charge the phone once again. Okay, here again down to 4%. I stretch it to the limit, as you can see in the video, on 4G still with my Moto G connected, my Moto 360 connected, and after 8 hours and 41 minutes I was able to get a total screen on time of 3 hours and 44 minutes, which is not too bad. But like I said, between 3.5 to 4 hours max, that's what you're gonna get. But on average, if you're gonna be typing more on the screen, because every time you touch the screen, the battery will recharge. The more you type, the more you interact on 4G, the chances are you're gonna get around 3 to 3.5 hours screen on time. If you're a bit light on air, say browsing the internet, just touching a few apps to read some articles, the chances are you probably get somewhere close to 4 hours, if not fully 4 hours. Further on again, okay, here, I think if I remember correctly, I left the device idle again. I think it was on pulse mode just today, I think I remember maybe. No, it wasn't today, it was some other day. Anyways, after 10 hours I left it on standby, and I again lost 3% after 7 hours and 20, after 4 hours and 16 minutes of leaving the phone on standby, it lost 3%. So if you leave the phone on standby, it's fully going to deplete just like any average smartphone. Okay, here again, 54% 4G, as you can see, 7 hours and 28 minutes after using it, and the screen on time was 1 hour and 50 minutes, which is not too bad. This is again going towards the 3.5 mark, as you can see from here already. Again, went down to 11%. I was in a weak area signal again, Wi-Fi on, Bluetooth on, and I was able to get 3 hours and 45 minutes of screen on time. This was a mixed use of Wi-Fi, 3G and 4G both. Here again, 50% Wi-Fi after using for 4 hours and 27 minutes. Again, you can see the performance difference straight away. You're getting close to 3 hours after 50% of battery. So which is again goes to show that as long as you are on Wi-Fi, you will have a very good screen on time on the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, and I'm sure for the S6 as well. Again, 5 hours and 47 minutes, down to 29%, and I was able to get 4 hours and 7 minutes. This was again Wi-Fi. That's why the screen on times are really good. Same here again, would stretch it to the limit, 6% as you can see, 7 hours and 52 minutes, and the total screen on time was 5.5 hours. Now this was the highest I got so far on the phone, which is not too bad.